Let's see if I'm live. All right, it looks like I'm live. All right, folks, this is going to be just I want to say quick, but I don't think it's going to be real quick. Um, uh, I'm going to let this run for a little bit, maybe 5, 6 minutes, and then I'm going to start because I would like to get some people in the chat. Not sure exactly how to promote this stuff, so um, we'll just go from there. Uh, Today's the day before Father's Day, so happy Father's Day to all you guys out there. Um, I hope it turns into a decent day for you. I do have to work in the morning, but that's not a big issue. I've got uh, I've got some time. Um, Josh, I'm gonna be on vacation this week, so um, let's let's chat and go from there. Well, let's see, we're about 2 minutes in. I seem to be the only one who's watching it right now. I've got it set up on my laptop as well. Uh, so let's see how this works. It is about 5 after 11, and it's not a bad day outside so far. They said it was going to storm, but it hasn't quite yet. I I'm in pretty good mood, so that's a plus. I've got my kids coming over later and my grandkids coming over later. That's a good thing. That's a plus. So I'm. It's going to be a good day. Okay, let me see here. Since I've now got two watching, let's see if I can do this. Pardon me, I'm fiddling with some things, seeing if things work. Um, let's see here. Did that work? Not sure yet. I see posts, but I don't see the video. Let's refresh that. I'm I'm kind of being lazy today, so you'll have to pardon me. Okay, it says there. Let's see. That's not what I want. So we're going to delete that one. Okay. So let me do this then. Again, bear with me, folks. I'm kind of playing with this, trying to figure out what I'm doing. Hey, John. Hope you're doing well today, man. Well, if you heard that, I'm sorry. That was my. I've always got music playing in the background. I've always got music playing in the background, so you know, just bear with me on this. Oh, let me see here. Let's see where I can share it. I want to share it on a page. Yes. Okay, let's see if it's shared on the page. Let's see. Good to see you, John. Good to see you. Happy Father's Day, man. Like I said, bear with me. I'm kind of playing with this and trying to figure out what I can do and how I can do it. Okay, looks like that's set up. Now, for those watching on Facebook, it could be an issue because I've only got two systems here. I've got my main one that I use, and then I've got my laptop set up. So we may or may not be able to see your comments. Yeah, I have been trying to do different things, John. I've got StreamYard here. I've got the 8 8x8, and then I got the Google one that I use, and they work okay. I mean, it's not a heck of a lot of stuff, but you know, it's it works. I've got OBS too, but you know, I haven't played a lot with that. Okay, now it says I'm watching on YouTube. That's not what I wanted. I guess all my comments will be on YouTube. Well, we'll keep that open when I get going here. So back to that. Yeah, I use Minicam for that. I've got 2 cameras set up right now, and you know, I quite frankly, I just haven't had the money to get any more cameras. I'd like to have one by my spray booth, and you know, just a kind of a general overall one, but I just haven't had that chance. Okay, well, we've been up and running here for a little bit. Whoever's here is going to be here. So, again, this is just a very brief. Everything's relative. This is going to be an update on what I'm doing. My attention has been focused on this Spitfire that I'm working on. It's the 24 scale Airfix. It's the old molding. Depending on who you talk to, it's either late 60s or early 70s. And honestly, I'm doing it my way. I say it like that, but yeah, that's what I'm doing. John, that's a milestone. John Pohl is in our chat, in my chat here, and he's been building for 50 plus years. That's awesome, man. I've been building for almost 40 years now. Not very well, but I have been building for almost 40 years. Um, I've been lucky on a few things, but you know, it's been a fun ride. It really has been. Okay, let's talk. Oh man, I'm not even prepared. I should have been prepared. Okay, I've been doing more on the engine, um, and you're not gonna see a whole lot of this. This is the engine. Everything is glued together. Um, the engine's there. I've got probably 75 to 80% of my wiring and plumbing on there. Okay. I want to get this submitted to Fine Skill magazine, and so I've been very general with my pictures. John, I can understand that, man. I do a lot of scratch building too. Not very well. I do a lot of scratch building, but that's why I've been distant on some of the stuff I've had going. So that is probably 90% done. I got a few more things to add to it. Just trying to be very careful with it because all those wires. I'm also waiting. I ordered some copper, soft copper um, stock and some more soft lead stock. So I'm waiting for that stuff to show up. It should be here probably in the next week and a half or so. For some reason, they're very, very slow. Oh, gee, it could be the COVID, but it is what it is. Last night we had our model club meeting. That's why the bench is relatively clear. But last night the last couple of days I've been doing this. I've been working on the cockpit area, because the cockpit area, I have it all as one floor from the firewall back to about where the radio equipment is set. So for me, I wanted to make sure that I had that set, and I can go from there. And yes, I talk with my hands. But this is what I've got, and it's going to be very difficult to pick this up. It's white on white. You can't see it very well. I'll try to get a picture of it later, but I've been working on the foot pedals and the rudder gear and stuff like that, and you're not going to be able to see it. It's just horrible. I'm not going to be able to see it. But I've got it nearly to where I want it. There's a few things I've got to add, but I've got to put the sides on, and then I can move forward from there. My time at the bench has been really focused on this. I was going to take part in the Styrene Syndicate's car build, but I've been so focused on this that I haven't had a chance to. The other thing I want to do is I want to, at some point in time, start a actual web page so that I can do what I need to do and post some of my past builds, post some of my future builds. I'm going slow with it because I want to make it right. I've been honored, I guess is probably my best word for it. I have been I've been published in several magazines, and I'd like to get some kind of a record of what I've done and how I've done it. John, I agree. There's way too many, way too many of them out there. I had to actually go through and trim out a whole bunch. A few months ago, I had a flare up with some local groups and some of the stuff that I was doing on them, and I pulled out of all of them. And when I did that, I basically shut down 90% of the groups that I was in, and stopped liking a lot of pages that I had liked, and I'm slowly starting to build up again. But this time, I'm being very careful with how I do it and when I do it. Let's go with my next thing, which is purchases. I can't remember whose video it was. There was a video out there that had somebody working on an aircraft. They were working on the cockpit and interior. I believe it was B-17. And I'm trying to remember who that was. But they had been working on it, and they had the base colors down. And then they grabbed some gel pens, and they started highlighting stuff with gel pens. And I started looking at that, and I thought, man, that is so cool. Now, I'd heard that before, but I hadn't done anything. So what my wife and I should say what my wife allowed me to do, and I can't seem to find the other. There it is. My wife allowed me to go out and get some gel pens. This was the first set I got. I picked those up at Walmart. They're a felt tip pen, and honestly, they were not what I was looking for. The pens themselves, they're okay, don't get me wrong, but they weren't what I was looking for. Then I went to a paint shop here in town who does some arts and crafts and stuff like that. And I bought this one. This is the ballpoint tips, and I tried them out. Boy, what a difference. They really work a whole lot better than what the felt ones are. Now, the other thing I did is in that same set of videos, the gentleman was using watercolor pencils. And I hadn't thought about those before. I had tried using the coloring pencils like you buy for the kids when they're in school and stuff. I tried that, but they didn't work very well. And I just said, you know what, I'm not going to play with this. This is a lot of hassle for absolutely no benefit. But I watched him do his highlighting, and I thought, wow, that's not bad at all. It looked like it was relatively easy, and it looked like it worked pretty well. So the same paint store, I bought these. Now, again, these are just premium watercolor pencils. They're nothing special. I tried them out a little bit on this instrument panel for this particular aircraft because it had some color on it. And so when I tried it out, it seemed to work pretty well. So I believe it's going to work really, really good. And you have to pardon me. I'm taking a check here. I had some notifications on Facebook. Um, but yeah, I thought that was pretty cool, And so that's a new direction I'm going to go. So I'm going to add it to the pastels that I started with, and the paint shading that I was taught, and the oils that I have been using and have been studying for a bit. Hopefully I can get my detail painting down to a point where we're in good shape. But I've gone on for 20 minutes, and 20, almost 22 minutes now. And if I haven't bored you to death by now, well, you are stronger than I am. But we'll call that a day. That's where I'm at. My recent purchases, my current project, and for those, John, thank you for sticking around and interacting with me a little bit. And for those that see it in the future, I appreciate you checking in. I really do. It gives you a little bit of knowledge on what I'm doing. All right, folks. Blessings and peace. Have a great Father's Day. Take care.